Hello everyone, I'm Jesus and welcome to the next episode of The Road to Old School MTG. This is the third video in the Shandalar series. This is where I've taken contemporary old school decks and pitted them against the computer AI in the Shandalar Gauntlet game. For this third video, I wanted to do something different. So for the first two videos, I had a shops deck and the deck in terms of their contemporary counterparts, where I got them the deck list from the 2023 LobsterCon tournament, first and second place. So now I wanted to try something different and kind of go back in time. So I am now recreated a 1996 version of the deck, and now I'm going to use this deck against the Shandalar Gauntlet. So for the Gauntlet, it's 5 rounds, but you can set it for more than that. But if you have one loss, you are the Gauntlet ends immediately. So this version of the 1996 deck, the deck has 2 Serra Angels. That's the main win con. And it does not have Mishra's factories, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, which is a big contrast to how it is today, where it is 100% creatureless, and factories are the main win con. Or you can, if you get them low enough, you can finish it off with a fireball. But in this version, this one has Serra Angels as the main win con, and it has moats as a way to prevent attackers instead of the Abyss, where that gets used nowadays. So let's run the Gauntlet. So I'm player. So the opponent won and will play first. So I go second, so I draw. So here, my hand, let's take a peek at it. If I can move this. Okay, so I got 2 lands, I see. Actually 3 lands, but 2 City of Brasses though, not the best. Okay, I think that's good enough to keep, so start duel. So now let me move my hand to the side. So the red dots on the side are stops in the game, where it lets you react if you wanted to. Okay, so here I'm going to play Island, so I got a counter spell, but I can't use it yet. So I do have a disenchant as well, and a demonic tutor actually. So quite a bit of different options. So next turn, dropping the City of Brass might be good, because then it gives me flexibility of casting any of those other ones. So I see forests and plains. So far, nothing else. So the opponent's going slow. Play a City of Brass. So I have an Amnesia. So what to get? So I can demonic tutor now, or I can keep it open for either a counter spell or disenchant. So if I do demonic tutor, the usual go-to is get an ancestral. Next turn, I can drop another City of Brass, and then I can demonic tutor and then ancestral same turn. So for this turn, I think I can just wait it out and wait to see what the opponent does. Maybe I do a counter spell or disenchant. So I don't have to be so rash. Ooh, if the opponent doesn't do anything here, that would be surprising, number one. Ooh, yeah. So good. Okay, I was hopeful that I could get a different land, because I don't want to have to rely on 2 City of Brasses as my main sources of mana, but looks like I have to. So let me cast the demonic tutor. City of Brass to get black. And now I'm going for an ancestral recall. There it is. Although if I play it now, so I have 7 cards. If I play it now, I'll be a 6, but then I'll draw 3, 7, 8, 9. So I'll be at 9 cards. Of course, I'll have to discard unless I get a Mox or something. So I will wait until the end of his turn. I could also do it at the beginning of the upkeep, but I don't think there's no rush. So I'll pass. Wow. So 3 4s and 1 plane. So I want to get rid of that plane somehow if possible. Let's see what the opponent does. Okay. Rajan Spirit, 3-2. Okay, so now I'll Ancestral. Nine. And then 10. So I'll play the Volcanic Island. 9. I can Swords him. Yeah, I should Swords him now. And I still have mana for a counter spell if I need to. So I gotta use the City of Brass again to get white. Alright, but I still have 8 cards, so I do have to discard. So let's see what to discard. So I want to keep the mana, the land. So I may want to keep the Mirror Universe as well, since this is probably a bit of an aggressive deck. I have 2 disenchants, so I'll discard 1. Flying Carpet, okay. All right, so my turn. Ooh, Time Twister. So I'll play the land because I want to have things other than City of Brasses to rely on. So I could cast the Tome, but that leaves me wide open. And without a way to deal with if they cast a creature that's big. So that's 5 mana he has right now. I mean, he drops to 6 next turn. A lot of things that you can cast for 6 mana. You can cast a Force of Nature. So no need to do anything now. I'll be reactive. Deathline Carpet is not important right now, but it could be because if I want to attack with my Serra Angels, he can use it to give one of his non-flying creatures flying and then block, right? So it could be something that may be important later on. So Burst of Paradise, I don't need to do anything about that. I go to my turn. Okay, so this version has main deck Red Elemental Blast. So, So I'll have, yeah, I still want to keep that open. I want to get another land so that way I can still counterspell in case I cast the Tome. So I'll pass and I'll discard the Red Blast. So I have 6 mana now. Okay, now the bird. That's fine. Okay, there we go. So I got another mana source. Gives me 6 mana. And I can cast the book. So I tap the mana first. And then clicked on the spell to cast, only because I don't want this to auto tap the City of Brasses. Because that's happened to me a bit too often. Wow, his deck is not doing much. And he has 5 cards in hand, so I don't know what's the problem. Okay, there we go. Ooh, War Mammoth. So what do I have? Honestly, I don't have much. If I don't counterspell this, I'm gonna be, so I'd rather take 2 now and counterspell instead of taking 3 every turn. So yeah, ideally I want to have a swords, but I don't. So I got a counterspell. Cost me 2 life, but like I said, if I didn't, I was going to get hit for 3 every turn. But I do lose out on the counterspell. So I do have the Mirror Universe, so that's a good fail-safe. All right, so I have quite a bit of mana. I could Amnesia now. I think that's the best play to go with. So how much is 3 blue? So I can do the 3 blue and still just use 1 City of Brass. So yeah, let me do Amnesia. Blue, blue, 3, 4. Then I need to tap the City of Brass. 2 Hurricanes, Life Lace, and Healing Salve. So now we see why. Honestly, he could have Hurricane me 2, 3, 4, 6. For if he had dropped 1 more land, he could have Hurricane twice and won the game. So I dodged the bullet there. All right, so I pass his turn. 1 card in hand, passes. All right, so good. I got another counter spell. So yeah, not much to do. I think I just got a book now in case I drop a land. Yeah, there we go. Play the Tundra that I just drew. And pass, keep myself open to counterspell, disenchant, or power sync. So I'd rather use that power sync since it's a little harder to use effectively. Okay, so he has 3 mana open. I have 1, 2, 3, and then I still got to cast, so I cannot power sync this. I have to counterspell it. I can just let it go, of course, and then I can mirror universe. Okay, let me do that. That sounds interesting. Okay, now I get the swords. So I can mirror universe now and still have the swords as a backup. So let me do that. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. So I still don't want to take damage if I don't have to. Although a lot of players will purposely take damage once they have a mirror universe. So I could have opted to, on purpose, tap the 2 City of Brasses. But I'm curious if this makes my opponent not attack anymore. Let's see how the AI or just how the programming interacts with this. But no, he's still attacking. All right, so attack for 3, like I thought. Okay, Pearl. Got a book. Okay, ooh, this is a nice lock. So 1, 2, 3. I still have 2 open for a counterspell. So let me do Scepter. Island, Volcanic, Tundra. And put that next to the book. So this is a nice lock because now basically the opponent cannot have any cards in hand because I'm just going to discard it if he doesn't play himself. All right, so I'm still going to allow the War Mammoth to keep hitting me. Interestingly enough, I know for a fact that during this era in the rules, you don't die until the end of the current phase. In fact, that's happened already in this game where you can drop to 0 or below and you you or your opponent is still alive until you actually click on these icons here to pass the phase. So there is a trick with Mirror Universe where you can purposely drop yourself, then use the Mirror Universe and swap and win the game that way. I'm curious to see if I can do it with this. All right, so but first of all, let me scepter my opponent. So this is, I think, more important now instead of me drawing. Okay. So can I still draw 1, 2, 3, 4? And I still have some mana open because this is now, I'm being a little bit reckless by drawing. But I think I still have enough mana to counterspell and swords if need be. All right, so let me book. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so the island is not showing up, so I guess I already played a Tundra, so this is my second Tundra. All right, so I still have 3 mana open for both a counterspell and a sword, so I can still take 3, continue to take 3, and then on purpose, ping myself. So, of course, the City of Brass will give me 2 damage, plus if I don't use the mana, that's another 2 mana. So I could maybe do this next turn, because I'm a 5. Actually, yeah, so I can ping myself for 4 now. I'll be at 1. Do I do it? Yeah, let's do it. Doesn't matter what color. Okay. So I'm at 1. Pass effects. Okay, no, this is tricky. City of Brass. Drop me down to 0. But I'll still have a mana on this in my mana pool. So I could drop below 1. I think that's still fine. But if I don't do something that damages me right now, I won't be at 0 though. All right, let's do the City of Brass for a white. I can swords, I guess, just to use the mana if I need to. Whoa, it worked. He said 0. I'm at 23. And then look, I'm going to click on the done. Okay, so I'm burning now because I still had the 1 in the map, and then I won the game. Holy smokes. The legends are true. You cannot do that anymore with the current rules in the current old school because you lose immediately if you're at 0 or negative. You don't have until the end of the current phase to go up again. So that's why this life swap does not work anymore. Okay, that was freaking cool. All right, you won the toss. Okay, so you see now it's common knowledge that now you always draw unless you have a very strong reason not to, which is probably some kind of a land tax deck. But other than that, 99 times out of 100, you're going to draw first. Oh no, play first. So yeah, so would you like to play first? Yep. All right, so I hate that this thing pops up right in front of your hand. So I have 2 lands and ramp and a Black Lotus. Disenchants though, I don't have any swords, but I have a fast start. So let me start the duel with this hand. Seems promising. So first of all, let me drop the Tundra. Oh, I'm still in the upkeep. Okay, Tundra. So now I'm going to play the Moxus. Like Lotus. If I had a Serra, man, that would have been a nice turn one. But that's it. All right, he plays a forest. That is way more tame than my turn one. But I'm not doing much with my such an explosive start. Second forest. And that's it. All right. Ooh, interesting. City of Brass. I can Geyser myself for a whole bunch. So 3, 4, 5. I can Geyser myself for 6. I played a land. So I'll be at 8. Unless I get another Mox, I'll have to discard. But that's a fine problem to have. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Pop the Lotus. 6. That's all my mana. Nice. All right, so no Mox, so I cannot cast anything. I have to pass. Select card to discard. Let's see. I already have a City of Brass. I don't want to have a second one. Plus, I have a ladder ramp. What? Oh, he's mana screwed. Okay, so I want to drop the strip mine. Can I strip mine him and Amnesia same turn? So, because I do have the Soul Ring. So if I cast the Soul Ring, so that's 2 mana, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can cast the Amnesia without me having to drop a land. Because when I drop the land, I want to drop the strip mine. So yeah, you see Amnesia is lighting up. So that means I can't cast it. So blue, 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 5. And then I gotta use the City of Brass. So he's gonna discard his whole hand. Holy smokes. So now his deck is definitely more aggressive. Untamed Wilds. Interesting. Ooh, Living Lands. Okay, dang. So he's at 0 cards, and I'm gonna strip mine. That's pretty evil. So this version of the deck has 3 strip mines. Other ones I've seen also have 4. But this is the version that I found online. So yeah. If I get a Disrupting Scepter, that's a lock. Or at least very strong lock. He can still play lands, but he cannot keep cards in his hand because I'm going to discard them. All right, so I see I got a lot of white cards in hand, so I do not want to cast that Time Twister. So right now, honestly, I'm not doing much. I could Time Twister, and then he's still going to be a little slow, but I think I'm in such a superior position, I don't want to risk that. If we start getting lucky and then playing lands and then creatures, then I might just take the risk of doing a Time Twister. But right now, everything's in my favor. Play a land, and then I got a Power Sink in case he casts something. Oh man, another strip mine. I gotta do it. And this is actually the purpose of the strip mine, to take the opponent out of any particular mana color. Basically, anything that slows him down is better for me because then it gives me more time to grow my board state, and then keeps more cards in his hand. So that way, when I Amnesia or Scepter, speak of the devil, I have more targets. So 2 and 3. And then I'm going to use it right away. 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking most, yeah, really got to keep him off that third land because he has the ability to ramp. Okay, he had played a land. Okay, but he couldn't cast what's in his hand. So now I'm going to make him discard. So I just drew a Loa. Okay, so this is the lock that I was talking about. Unless he has a land, unless he draws lands, he's not going to be able to cast things. Or, if it's something that's 3 mana or less, he could. Let's see. If it's not, then it's going to get discarded. Oh, all right, so he was able to cast enough. That's fine. All right, so now I'm going to be a little reactive, wait for one more turn to get my Loa active. Okay, he didn't attack. That's weird. Okay, so I have 7 now. I can Loa for a card. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to scepter him. Let's see what he had in his hand. Ooh, nice. So same thing, right? That elemental blast is not doing much both times I'm drawing it. So that's the one I'm going to discard. Surprised it's not even attacking. Do I have like a factory? I don't. Okay, nice. So I get the book as well. So let me do the book. 2, 3, 4. A funny thing about this deck is the deck list that I noticed for this particular deck. No, this is a 1996 version. It only has one book. Nowadays, most the decks have at least 3 books, probably the full playset. And it's widely considered the most crucial card in the deck, the book. So that's a big difference from before to now. All right, so I honestly, that third scepter could be a possibility, could be useful. So he still has a card in hand. I want him to discard it. So can I cast this scepter and make him discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I have 5 mana open. I cannot do both. I think I gotta make him discard. That's more important. Plains to island. So what they have? Oh yeah, he was 1 mana short from that. All right, so I think I'm gonna discard my scepter because I'm keeping him at 1 card in hand anyway, unless he gets a land or yeah. So this is what I fear. He's ramping. All right, so let's see. He's still not attacking. So here, 7. I'm going to library now before my draw step. And I'm going to draw. I drew a counter spell, play the Mox. All right, so no cards in hand. I don't have to disenchant anything. I mean, disrupt anything. So 3 counter spells, a power sink. I think I'm gonna discard that Time Twister. When I go to discard. All right. But he has 5 mana now, so he can cast things. So I have a swords. So, okay, he played a land. Okay, this cards I'm going to draw from the book. Moat. Ooh, that's strong. And a time walk. So let me cast that moat. White Plains Soaring. So the deck is all about card advantage. So with this moat, this one card, anything that he plays that is not a flyer is redundant, right? It's just, doesn't do anything. It's obsolete. So he can, so now I don't have to sword or keep mana open for a counter spell for any creature. Now I have to keep the mana open in case he destroys the moat, you see? So now, and with the scepter, he won't have something to back it up, right? Of course, he's playing green, right? But he can do like two spells that destroy the moat on the same turn, right? Because I'm always making him discard. He will only have one card in hand at all times, max. All right, so I can time walk. I'll lower. Okay, so I have that time walk effect. I'll draw, because now I'm back to 7 cards, play the land. I'll draw from the book, because I'm going to get another turn anyway. Ooh, nice regrowth. So what? Okay, so he has 5 mana, so getting a strip mine is not that important. So honestly, there's nothing in my graveyard other than maybe the time walk. That's interesting. Swords. I don't need to. All right, so let's see. Select the card to discard. The Disenchanted Stone, pretty worthless. All right, so I went to my turn. Or my time walk turn. So, okay, so now I cannot law because I don't have anything to cast. So I'll book 2, 3, 4. Okay, nice. I got a land out of that. I gotta just pass and then discard. Disenchant, I guess. All right, so I'll lower end of turn. So I'm drawing a lot, but I'm not getting that Serra Angel. So I gotta watch myself. So I'm getting the other Mox. So I think I only have one more Mox in my deck. All right, so what can I do in my graveyard? So I could Brain Geyser myself. Actually, nah. Nothing's appealing in my graveyard right now. So let me draw from the book. Play the Tundra. All right, so here I got so many lands, I'm running out of space. And I pass. I discard the Disenchant again. The good thing, if I ever do need it, I can just regrow for it. Ooh, I forgot to Scepter him. That was a mistake. But he's not doing anything anyway. So let me lower. Okay. Honestly, that's not even all that useful. Even though I know I won the game. Actually, I could legit just kill myself with the Mirror Universe. So yeah, on second thought, it may be just what the doctor ordered. So let me do Mirror Universe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could scepter him, but honestly, by this point, I'd rather just keep the mana open because I'm just gonna kill myself anyway. Regrowth. Can I do anything from my graveyard that will make me? Nah. There's still nothing from the graveyard. I made a time walk, so when I mirror universe, but no, like that's not. Yeah, that's doesn't really do anything. No, I don't do. I haven't. Right now, what I'm doing right now with the mirror universe is not allowed. So that's why I never even consider, what's the correct way to do this because we can't do this anymore. So that's why I'm like a little at a loss for what to do, other than just pass, discard the swords. Okay, he might be casting something. If it's not a flyer, I don't care. Okay, I don't care about that. Oh. All right, so he's about to pass. I'm about to burn myself. 1, 2. Okay, that's annoying. Get mana. Okay, the City Brass will do 2 points of damage. Done. 9 life. Okay. So last time it worked where I killed myself in response. No, but that didn't work because what killed me was the damage from the City of Brass. Not the mana burn happened after we swapped lives. So mana burn here will not work on me to win the game. So I gotta mana burn myself again end of turn. Get myself down to 1. I have that 1 City of Brass. Okay, so here, like honestly, I know I'm gonna win because I'm just skipping. Discard a card, red blast again. Every single time I've drawn that, it's been useless. Okay, so there we go. Here we go. I gotta be careful. I gotta do 7 points of damage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an island. 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay. I'm at 1. I'm going to use, in reaction, I'm going to City of Brass myself. There we go. I did it again. And then when I hit done, that will end the phase and I will win. You see the burn happened after. And then I dropped to 19, but I won the game anyway. Wow. That's 2 times now I'm winning with that mirror universe. Remember, this was allowed in this time, which makes the deck that much more strong. Okay, so the guy won, chooses to draw first. So that means he's going second. See, nobody does that anymore. All right, so I have a ladder ramp. I have a counter spell. I got a book. Start the duels. Looks good. All right, so now I'm kind of have it in my head to always mirror universe. Island. Box. Oh, I can scepter turn 1, but yeah, I don't think there's anything that's so important that I need to counterspell turn 1. All right, so let me put it to the side. So I got a scepter turn 1. I'll get book turn 2 unless I want to keep it open. Island, he passes. So honestly, against blue, a scepter that he cannot. Okay, so I can strip mine, slow him down, and I can book. So let me do the strip mine now. I mean, do the scepter. So Sacrifice to destroy land. Yep. And then scepter him. Okay, this is evil. No, remember, this is stuff that we don't do nowadays with the deck. In fact, I played the deck just in the previous video of this. And that game plan was way different. Even though you can, scepters, to certain scepters are, they're still a thing nowadays as well. You do see sometimes some decks with some of the decks of nowadays with some scepters, but it's rare, honestly. Now, the scepter is basically an obsolete game plan, and everybody goes 100% all in on the tomes, right? Like I said, this current deck that you're seeing right now has 2 scepters and only 1 tome. Nowadays, most decks will have no scepters, maybe 1, but that's a big maybe. Usually you don't see them anymore, and instead they'll have 3 or 4 books, tomes. So you see how different the game plans is nowadays. And a big part of that is because there's no, you can't put a playset of strip mines anymore, and you cannot win the game with a mirror universe anymore. Okay, so he plays a land. Do I get another strip mine? Like last? Okay, so I play. Okay, so he only has 2 mana. 6. So honestly, I think making him discard is more important than me casting the book. Interesting, phantasmal terrain. I think he may have like a Sea Singer or some kind of a island home game plan. But I already have islands anyway. But he can disrupt my planes. Okay, City of Brass, that's good. So now I can scepter him and counterspell same turn. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! Holy smokes. So at the beginning, okay, if you have sacrifice 2 islands, if you don't. Okay, I'm not even, okay, it doesn't, I'm trying to read all that, and like, there's no way I'm going to allow him to cast that thing anyway, so I'll look at it another time. Okay, so he played a land, but he seems like he has like huge creatures. Okay, so I got another, so yeah, the game plan is still to make him discard, since he has such a slow start, and keep counter mana open. Because he could be casting things now. He has 3 islands, maybe a 4th. Yep. He may be mono blue. Okay. Once you get 5 mana, now it's a little scarier, but perfect. I get the swords now. Because he's gonna cast something. 5, 6 mana, you're in elemental Mahamoti Jin territory. And then this scepter is not as important anymore because he can cast something the turn he draws it. So that's when I gotta strip my more of his lands. So, yeah, got keep on making him discard. I think that's the best game plan. Nice. Okay, so I have 3 mana open. I cannot cast Tome if I wanted to, which I may not have wanted anyway. Okay, he has 5 mana. He can cast stuff. So the only good thing about him casting is now the scepter is more effective. Okay, you see. Do I swords this? Thinking, yeah, because I can counterspell next turn anyway. So yeah, let me swords now. Okay, so I tapped the plane, so I gotta use the City of Brass white. Right? Another Mox. So now I can make him discard without touching any of my lands. Ooh. Okay, so he can only play the cards that he draws immediately. and that's 5 mana or less, any spells. So do I take a chance and cast the book now? I think nah, because if he casts a Modi, even an air elemental, that's gonna be big problems for me. I gotta keep the mana open. Okay, mana ball, that's fine by me. So yeah, so you can tell his deck has huge creatures in it. If he's playing mana bolts. So I need that my mana open for counter spells. But now I can finally cast the book. Because I don't need to make him discard. And the book is perfect because I can have my mana open and use the book only end of turn. I mean, he can cast any creature he has in his hand by now. So how much is this? 4/7. So he could cast Island Fizz, just Conius. Okay, book. Gonna cost me a life, but that's definitely worth it. Okay. Drew a Tundra. Okay, no, I don't want to time twister because I'm up ahead, but he has something in hand, so that's probably a counter spell. So let me make him discard. Okay, that's dumb. Why he do that? Okay, 4. I can book and have mana open for a counter spell. 1, 2, 3, 4. I already played a land, right? So I guess there's no rush. I'll just book end of turn. Because I want to avoid tapping that City of Brass if I don't have to. All right, now the mana vault, that's fine by me. Ooh, now he's. Oh no, he's tapping the mana vault for this. Okay, so what do I do? What do I do? Do I counterspell this? Ooh, I missed my chance. So I've just waited too long. All right, so he's in play. So I gotta clock on myself now. 2, 3, 4. Not the end of the world. Okay. So I got a book now. Just getting more disenchants. I guess I play the City of Brass just so that I keep my hand low. But nothing else to do. I just gonna have to take the damage. Okay. I may destroy his mana vault because then that makes him have the ability to cast some of the bigger stuff. Yeah, let me disenchant now. Ooh, there we go. That red elemental last came in handy, so I can destroy it. So let me see, no regenerating, right? So for this, I do need to tap my City of Brass. Okay, so that's done. He has a card in hand. I gotta make him discard it. Okay, I'm reading that Siren's Call. Okay, that's weird. All right, I'm just gonna pass. This deck is really weird. All right, so I can book end of turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Black Lotus, Soul Ring. So it has a card in hand, so let me make him discard it. So yeah, so he has big creatures and then he makes them unblockable in some way, some form. So yeah, interesting deck. And so I'm getting a lot of mana, so I can mana burn myself if need be. So let me book now, I guess. Ooh, there we go. So 3, I can Serra Angel now and still have 2 mana open for with the Black Lotus for counterspell. So yeah, let me do that. I need 2 more colorless. I'll leave the City of Brasses open. All right. So now this is the third game, and I'm finally going to win with the main game plan of Serra Angel damage. It took me until turn 3 to establish that. All right, so nothing, he didn't play anything. So I'm going to make him discard before I do anything else. Soul Ring, bum, discard whatever he had in hand. Ooh, he was 1 mana. So good thing I destroyed that mana vault, like I said. Attackers, I'm gonna have to attack 6 times since he gained life. Yeah, I guess I can book now. Right, play the land, so can't do anything else. So he just passed. I'm gonna make him discard. So you see this is the lock. So then this way your opponent cannot really surprise you because you have the mana open to counterspell. And then if he doesn't have anything reactive, you make him discard it anyway. So I can book now. Oh, more disenchants. All right, just pass. Honestly, I was just about to say that I may just let the ground creatures come into play, but no. I thought I had a moat for a second. All right, I got a counterspell there. So you see, I have to do it very quickly because this thing does not give you a lot of reaction time, unfortunately. And I didn't know that. If I had a swords, that would have been ideal. Okay, regrowth. So now I'm going, oh yeah, I have a new mouse finally. So that's why I'm not getting the double click issues anymore. Okay, so I gotta get 4 more attacks and anything interested in my graveyard for the regrowth. Nope. Strip mine. 1, 2, 3. That is interesting actually. I could regrowth a strip mine. Or I mean I could regrowth a swords as well. I have a counter spell. Amnesia is not gonna do anything for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Honestly, that strip mine is looking. Yeah, let me go for it. So I don't have green. I gotta use the City of Brass. I didn't play a land, so I can play the strip mine, and then I can destroy a land. All right, so I can also draw now. Mirror Universe, but I'm gonna win with that anyway, so I'm going to keep it in hand. I have the Serra Angel anyway. Play the land, and then just passes. Okay, I have 7 cards I can lower. The deck has 2 Serra Angels only, right? So basically, you don't want to cast a Serra Angel until you have extra mana to save her with a counter spell. So you need 7 mana before you can cast a Serra Angel. Unless you made your opponent have 0 cards in hand, and then you want to risk it. Alright, so I drew. I didn't get anything interesting. I could cast the Mirror Universe, I guess. And still have mana open. Honestly, that's just making things last longer. Just going to discard this enchant. Because I'm about to win. Okay, I'm not even drawing from. Oof. Got another strip. I make him destroy another land. Make him discard 2, 3. And then I win because whatever he has, I could have counterspelled it anyway. But he's just dropped the land. Combat attack for the win. See, look, I was just going to say he's a -1 and then, but it just went ahead and gave me the win. All right, so that was the first time I actually went through the normal game plan of Serra Angels. The first 2 games I won through, of course, Mirror Universe. And I could have done Mirror Universe, I guess, because I had a lot of mana, but I wanted to, show you how this deck normally goes and gets its wins. I won, I will play first. Like I said, nowadays, it's standard practice that you, unless there's a big reason why not to, you forego the draw and you play first. This hand looks okay. Ooh, that moat looks tasty. All right. Tundra. So this is the kind of hand that I could maybe finally play that Time Twister. So I don't own a Time Twister exactly for this reason. Like I feel like it's so situational. But then again, I see it cast against me all the time, and then it's very effective, right? So I guess maybe I'm just not playing the kind of decks that maximize its effectiveness, or I'm not playing in the way that to maximize its effectiveness, right? But the deck, that card is OP. I probably fit in the second one where I'm just not doing things the correct way when it comes to the Time Twister. Okay, so he played some Mishra factory and then he activated it for some dumb reason. Oh, my mistake. He had a factory turn 1. And just didn't think about it. All right, so now those dumb disenchants that I was getting in the other games, now I'm kind of like praying for one. Oh, okay. So that red elemental blast, I see now why is there. So now, like I said, for the Serra Angel, you need an extra mana, 2 mana before you can cast her and then save her. But with the red elemental blast, you can counterspell an opponent's counterspell on your Serra Angel or whatever it is that you want to save. Of course, as long as it's a blue spell. If they source your Serra Angel, then you wouldn't wait. You would wait until you have 2 mana. All right, Flower Stone is fine. It's activating it. Oh no, don't tell me. Okay, why did I clicked on it? Oh no, this is the game is stuck. That's happened to me before where they have this endless loop with the Mishra's factory. So I think I'm going to have to end this one. So I'm going to wait for 1 or 2 more minutes, see if there's any change? I mean, unfortunately, I don't have a disenchant because then I can just... Actually, yeah, he's not even activating it, so I can't even disenchant it. So can I do something from in my hand that at least makes, you know... Oh, man. But I'm still going to put this video up because I got 3 wins, and 2 of those wins was with the now defunct Mirror Universe game plan. So I think that's still pretty cool. This one is too close to call, but you know, like I had a lot of good stuff, honestly. So I'm most likely... I mean, he has 2 of Mishra's factories, so it could have been a little tricky. But yeah, this is not changing, unfortunately. It's activating, but he doesn't choose anything other than cancel. So it's just an endless loop, unfortunately. And I cannot compel him to... Whoa, he finally just passed the turn. Whoa, this has happened to me before where it's just an endless loop. So I'm shocked that it ended like this. Whoa. Okay, so let me cast the emerald. So now this is what I'm talking about. So I have 4 mana, I could cast the moat and then have counterspell open, but actually I cannot because if he has like a disenchant, you know, that's not blue, right? So that's the red elemental. Plus either way, I need 2 white just to cast the moat, and so I won't have that red open for the red elemental blast. So I can risk it. I mean, there's no indication he's playing white anyway. So, and he's tapped out. He could maybe power sync for 1, but I have 1 mana open. So yeah, I can moat white and then white. All right, so the moat is in play. And then he didn't do anything in reaction. So now the factories are now can only produce mana. And then hopefully this thing doesn't glitch out again. But at least now I do know that I can just click on this and then pray that he passes the turn. All right. So I can counterspell and still cast the scepter. 1, 2, 3. So let's see if he counterspells. Okay, he didn't, so that's good for me. I cannot use the same turn. Not enough mana. Oh, god damn it. Whoa. Recall on me. Only got 2 spells though. Okay, interesting. I had my hand low enough that didn't affect me in terms of having to discard. Oh, this thing never ever gets played. So I'm very happy to see it. Plus the text on this is so freaking convoluted. So I guess you have 7 possible points that you can assign in any direction of attack or defense. But of course, you can't make it 7-0 because then it'll die as soon as it comes into play. But I guess you could make it 6-1 as well. So actually, it's not bad. 6 mana. Okay, so... But he's a ground creature, so I don't care. And I just drew a disenchant as well. Okay, so let's see. Let me play the Mox. Let me cast the Scepter again. 1, 2, 3. Do I have enough to either disenchant? What? He's doing it again. Okay, so whenever he's doing that activation thing, it's scaring the hell out of me from the factory because I'm thinking it's gonna glitch again. Have any of you played this game when it came out in 1996? If so, did it glitch? Did it do that glitch on you, or is this like just because I downloaded this from online? All right, so you cannot attack. Woohoo, the demonic tutor, interesting. So let me. I was just gonna say maybe I could tutor for amnesia, but he's so low in cards. I could just still do the same game plan I had of disrupting scepter. In fact, maybe I should get some mana. I'm kind of low on mana here, or I could tutor for Serra Angel. I think that's probably the best bet. Tutor for Angel. I won't cast her yet though, but at least I'll have her in hand. And I don't want to cast the scepter because I want to have mana open. So maybe that could have been the wrong game plan now. I gotta see. Maybe the better thing was just to do another scepter again. Powers, what the heck? That's not a card from nowadays. Is it? At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player exchanges control of a random target artifact. Creature or land he or she controls for control of random target permanents of the same type. Okay, I'm gonna disenchant this anyway, so I'm not even gonna read all this crap. Okay, so let me disenchant this. That is a freaking weird card. Okay, so he's got a weird game plan here. That mode is saving my ass right now. So I do feel I have to cast that scepter and start making him discard. 1, 2, 3. And I'm not getting mana, so I'm like, I cannot scepter and cast and scepter same turn. Although maybe I wouldn't have anywhere. I have to keep that mana open because he's casting weird stuff. Okay, he's playing another factory, but that's not relevant. So you see how that mode makes the cards that he's drawing useless, basically. Okay, so strip mine, but I don't have anything. He has plenty of mana, and I don't care about destroying his factories. So I actually need that as mana to cast things. Okay, so I'm finally making him discard. So what does he have? Okay, just... And yeah, pass. So I got a red blast, so that's good. And I have a city of brass as well, so I can save my counter spells for other things. If he casts anything blue. So that power struggle could have red blasted it as well. If he casts that weird thing. I've never seen that. Or maybe I have, and then it's so rare. I think maybe I saw it one time. Or it could be an exclusive to this game, because there are some cards like Whimsy. There's some cards that are exclusive to this game that have never been printed. Alright, so I got another disenchanting case. But he has 2 cards in hand. I'm gonna make him discard. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was decent. And that's it. So he's mono blue, looks like. So I want him to cast something, because then he'll drop to 1 card in hand, and then I can scepter him next one, and he'll be at 0 cards. So he's still not doing it. Okay, oof. So I may have to just swords this shapeshifter now, or I can no, I gotta keep the disenchants open for. Do I cast my Serra Angel now? 3, 4, 5, and then now. Because you see, this is why the scepter is important, because you want to make him have no counterspell. So yeah, I'm going to cast the swords. Since I would have discarded it anyway. And honestly, my hand is good. I don't want to discard anything. If I have to, the time to start again is on the chopping block. Okay, more moxes. That's good. I need mana. Okay, so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I can cast a Serra Angel. And if he has a counterspell, I can counter his counterspell. But if he casts something after that, I mean, I have a swords to. Okay, so do I have the 2 white and still 2 blue open? Yep, I can do the. So that's what I'm going to do. So Serra Angel, white, colorless, white, colorless, colorless. All right. So he has not had any counter spells at all in his graveyard. Okay. Okay, that's fine. All right. Look at the art change on this orange. All right, so I'm going to cast it again next turn. Not a big deal because I want him to use his cards anyway. So that way I can scepter him. So more mana. There we go. So let me cast the angel again. White, colorless, white, colorless, colorless. All right. See, so now he's getting more cards in hand. So it's harder for me to get him down to 0 cards with the scepter. But that means, he has to play lands or play a creature. Okay, nice. With flying. All right, I'm fine with that. As long as it's out of his hand, he'll just get a block out of it. Ooh, nice. Right, Elemental Blast. That's definitely useful. Let me make him discard first. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, so this is what people will do when you have a scepter out. They'll keep, unless they need the mana, they'll keep the mana in their hands. Makes you use your mana to discard that. Plus, if you have something else you want to save for later, you can still discard the land. Okay, so Serra Angel attacks. Of course, Serra Angel is awesome because she can still defend as well. So it's more like also another way of card advantage, right? Because now you don't need 2 cards, one for attack and then 1 card for defense. And then there's a combo with the moat. Ground creatures can attack you, and then flying creatures only unless they're 4 power can attack you because you just block with the Serra Angel. And you can still attack. Okay, so I have 7 cards in hand. Yeah, nothing else to do. So he's untapping his mana vault. Same thing, that perma-clay also never gets used nowadays. But it's cool to see. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna have to discard that Time Twister. So let me make him discard first. Probably not land. Yep. Attack with the Serra Angel. So I haven't used that Time Twister once. All right, so his turn. But yeah, I really want to get him down to one card in hand. And then Disrupting Scepter him. So basically he stays at 0. So he cannot ever counterspell me. So another one. So yeah, perma-clay again. But that's the art I'm used to. Okay, so now this is tricky because he has 2 perma-clays that can block. Of course, I'll make him block and then disenchant one of them and then kill the second one with the Angel. So, and then now he's finally at 1 card. I can Disrupting Scepter him. So let me Scepter him now. So you want to do this before you do any attacks or any other spells, right? Because then he could have a counter spell or something reactive. He didn't, but now he's finally at 0. Now he cannot have a counter spell against me anymore. So I still have wide open. I will disenchant if he double blocks me, which he probably will. And then here we go. So disenchant one out. And then the other one dies from the Serra Angel. All right, that's fine. So I could disenchant it or swords it, I guess. But nah, I'll just let the angel kill it. All right. I can cast the book though. 1, 2. This will speed up my win. So I don't have to Scepter anymore. At least not at the moment. Attack with this angel. He may not block though, because he may wait for a second perma-clay, or may have something else that will do the same thing. And then I hope this is not a, don't tell me, come on. Okay. Man, this is annoying. And this is very epic games. And this one's a little different because it stops and then it reappears again. The other one was constantly being activated from the same tab. So this may be an actual lock on this dumb thing. So I remember, okay, come on. I want to save this if possible. But yeah, this thing does happen quite a while, quite some times. This wouldn't be the first time I have to exit a game because the Mishra's factories started acting up on my opponent's end, which is a shame because honestly, this game was locked. He's at 0 cards. So let's see what I got. I got a swords, elemental blast, 2 counter spells, disenchant. Yeah, this game was a wrap. So this would have been the 4th game, and then one more game to finish off the gauntlet. Oh man, come on. Okay, oof. Really annoying, but I gotta do all this. And that was still my turn. Oh, okay. Okay, so I skipped the rest of my turn for some reason. Or maybe it was already his turn. I'm not sure. Whatever. It's just scared that that whole thing is done with. All right, so of course it could still pop up again. Okay, normally I would of course do some kind of a oh man, he's freaking doing this every single time. Okay, so I see now. I double clicked on this twice when he finally decided to, and then I just skip past my rest of the turn. I want to try not to do that because I want to play that volcanic island. But honestly, it's not necessary. Plus, I want to disrupting scepter him. Okay, but at least I know this is not a lost cause. I just got to do this like what 20 times. Feels like it. So this is something that you got to consider if you want to play this game. I've read that this is also a something that happens to other people, right? So it could be just the version that you downloaded. Who knows? Maybe the version I have is corrupted in some way. And this is not typical. But for me, it's happened a while. And then now, like you've seen, it's happened a lot. For the other 2 games I've done, the previous Shandalar videos I made, this wasn't really an issue. But for now, for some reason, in almost any game that has any of these opponents in this video that has a Mishra's Factory, seems like they're constantly acting up now. So I just got to get lucky. Hopefully the next one, because I have one more opponent after this. Hopefully the next opponent doesn't play in these factories, although they're pretty popular. So I think part of it is I got to click up very fast, maybe. Who knows what it is that makes it finally give out. Sign blockers done. Okay, and then he tapped some stuff, whatever, made him lose life. Okay, let me play that. Let me see. Yeah, I just want to get the game done with. And the less clicks possible, the better for me. Hopefully this thing doesn't, I gotta get 2 turns in. So whatever he casts, I can counterspell. And then whatever he casts next turn, I can counterspell as well. But once again, I forgot to scepter him. So let me see if I don't forget this freaking time. 1. For some reason, my scepter went, my moat went all the way to this side now. Okay, made him. Okay. Choose attackers. Okay, so that's fine. Oh. So he tapped mana for himself, and then that's why he's making his activating his factories to get rid of the mana, but I guess the programming has difficulties with that. So that's what happened last time. He burned himself. Or he wants to animate them so that way they can block, but of course they cannot because they don't have flying. But he's still animating them anyway. Man, this is, I'm like wasting more time just clicking this thing than I am playing. Hmm. I may just cut these spots in editing because it's really annoying. Okay, finally. So it seems like if I can cast some kind of a spell when it's glitching like that, it kind of brings it back to its senses. But man, that was freaking annoying. All right, last one. So opponent and we'll play first. Okay. That's the standard protocol nowadays. So I keep this. And I got a balance in hand. So that's when you do maybe a brain geyser. I mean a time twister. Oh no, actually you cannot, right? Because you have to get rid of your hand. Okay, ooh. Turn one Savannah Alliance. That is tricky. I got a moat and I got a balance though. So I'm gonna play the Tundra. So and Connorsville. So I'm gonna get some hits in. But it should be okay. Okay, so let's see. I was just about to click out of it again by mistake. All right. So I can balance just to get rid of that creature. Yeah, let me balance now. Okay, I have to sacrifice a land. Didn't consider that. Oops. But I have so much lands. That's fine. Okay, the Tundra. I'll get rid of the Tundra because I want to keep red open. All right. That's what I feared. That this was some kind of a weenie deck. Let's see. Planes. Okay. Ooh, I should have actually brought the island for a counterspell. But I have the moat, so I'll get hit a bit, but hopefully no more creatures. Ooh, okay. That's trickier because it can get around the moat. So I can geyser for 1. Yeah, actually, yeah, I'll do that because I just want to have more options. Although next turn is pretty easy to tell. I'm going to just actually, I guess I'll just take the hit. Yeah, I won't geyser yet. I'll wait until the turn after I cast the moat. Counterspell. Thank goodness I kept that mana open. But now, okay. So I need another white for the moat. So I gotta cast that moat ASAP. In case he Armageddon's again. Because then I'm only gonna be getting hit by the Pegasus. So he's mono white, so I cannot strip mine like this mana away. Okay, but that, so I have to have mana open to both counterspell the Armageddons and counterspell disenchants because he's playing mono white. Okay, so now do I play the strip mine? So I play the strip mine now. I can geyser for 3. Yeah, I think I gotta do that. I gotta get more stuff. Blue, blue, 1, 2, 3. Done myself. Okay, Max Ruby, let me do that. So that's important in case the Armageddon I still got some kind of mana production. And that Tundra I'm probably gonna keep in hand. Thing is, whenever a land is put into a graveyard from play, thing is egg deals 2 damage to that land's controller. Okay, ooh. This is an interesting deck I'm playing against. So I'm liking the decks that I'm going against here. All right. So now I need my own disenchant. Oops, speak of the devil, I just said it. So I honestly I could maybe strip mine him because has only 4 mana. Yeah, because if he only had 3, he wouldn't have cast that Dingus egg. Okay, so let's see. So my mirror universe is active. I can cast it. So actually, yeah, let me do that mirror universe now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because then I can just mana burn myself to death in reaction. I won't play that Tundra. Because I'm at 11, actually. Yeah, I got pretty low. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so I still don't want to cast. Well, I guess I can time walk. Okay, I can hit myself. Okay, I'll wait next turn. Because I don't even have any counter spells, right? So I don't know what to do. Okay, so I play the land. How much can I mana burn myself? Because the mirror universe is free. I don't have to. Of course, he has a disenchant. I mean, he could have a disenchant. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can burn myself for 8 end of turn if I play the Tundra, but I cannot kill myself anyway. Oh no, wait. I cannot do the trick this time because I don't have a City of Brass out. So I cannot burn myself to death and then. Yeah, I don't think I can. And I'm not gonna risk it. So I can burn myself for a lot now. time walk. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can burn myself for 6, and then time walk, but no, it doesn't make sense. I just gotta wing it here. Gotta get lucky. All right, there we go. Yep, let me do it. Let me burn myself. Get mana. Ooh. All right, I was thinking, okay, I have a demonic tutor, but I cannot tutor anyway because I don't have black mana. So if I think no, I do have underground seas. So if I get an underground sea, I can get the City of Brass, and then I can kill myself with the Mirror Universe. But either way, I'm at 2 life. I have to use it soon anyway. So okay, I am really testing things out. If he gets a disenchant, actually, I think I'll burn myself for 1, and then I'll time walk because I cannot take the chance that I pass, he disenchants my moat, and then I die because I have no counterspell. Okay, so I'll tap the ruby now. I'll burn as I go into from face to face. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to cast the time walk. Do I disenchant the Dingus Egg now? Well, he's about to be at 1, so he cannot Armageddon anymore. But the AI might just Armageddon anyway, because it sees like that it has the Dingus Egg Armageddon combo. So, all right, pass. I will Mirror Universe. Okay, oof. Okay, so still no demonic tutor. I gotta find a way to deal 1 damage to him, though. I don't think I can. I may have a fireball in this deck. Maybe. If I do, then I'll demonic tutor for that. All right, so now I'm back at to 20. And then I can just... I may have a lightning bolt as well. All right, that's good. I can Swords his Mesa Pegasus. I think I'll do that. Okay, so now I could time twister, like I said, but no. Okay, I can... I see I have the Amnesia. So if I cast the Tundra, I'll have the 3 blue. Yeah, okay, let me do Amnesia. Blue, blue, blue. 5, 6. That should be his whole hand. I mean, he could have played the Healing Salves to gain life. All right. And then I pass. Or maybe not. Like, this is an interrupt, right? So maybe, because I know back in this time, interrupts are faster than instant. So maybe that's the reason why. And I'm just not giving the game enough credit. Wait, this is a sorcery, though. No, he could have definitely done it. I thought it was an interrupt for a second. No, it's a sorcery. So forget about it. The AI deserves all the crap it's getting. All right. So he still has a land in hand, of course, because he knows he might Armageddon. So that makes sense. So I can't do anything at the moment. The order that you play these artifacts that they come into play is the order that they stack up on top of each other, and then you cannot choose to stack it up in any other way. Or for the lands as well, in that for that matter. Yeah, can't do anything. There's no scepter, there's no book. And just gotta pass and go, draw go for the moment. I could risk it in Time Twister. But I don't, I'm in control right now, or at least there's no reason to be hasty. All right, so he can hold his strength his guy all he wants. I still got him out. So I still don't have a counter spell as well. Okay, I've been playing lands like an idiot. Okay, let me keep that City of Brass in hand. I mean, if he Armageddons, he'll kill himself. But actually, he might kill me as well. So I got to make sure I don't have 10 lands out. Because it could be a draw. Or I can disenchant his thing. Now, since I'm up ahead. Oh, actually, yeah, the City of Brass is what I needed. I'm like such an idiot. All right. Demonic Tutor. Black. All right, let's see if I can kill him now. Does this deck have a fireball? No. But of course I can just do a Serra Angel. Yep. All right. So Serra's in play. I don't have any counter spell anyway, so I got it. I can cast her. Planes 2, 4, 5. All right. Even if you Armageddons, I still win. You could have a swords though. Oh, I drew an Serra anyway. Combat. All right. Gauntlet is over, man. So sorry about the glitching on the Mishra's factory. That does happen from time to time. I don't know if it's my copy that's corrupted or if this is a known issue. I have read that is an issue, but maybe it's not a universal issue, right? And then some people are lucky and they don't have that issue, and then some people like me are not lucky. But either way, interesting. Honestly, I really like this version of the deck. It's way more active, and I believe I've read or heard commentary from Brian Weisman, which is he's the creator of the deck, and he mentioned that this version with the win con of the mirror universe, well, the alternate win con of the mirror universe, and with the 3 to 4 playset of strip mines, that this deck is more proactive. And of course, he doesn't have, and you can tell because he doesn't have 4 books. And in fact, he has more disrupting scepters than books, right? He has 2 disrupting scepters and then 1 book. This just shows you how proactive you are. Instead of just waiting for the opponent to do something first, you're doing something to make the opponent fall behind, right? As opposed to just draw go, counter spell, draw go, right? That's a very different version of the deck. And I play Atlantic, right? And then so Eternal Censure is the other format, old school format, where 4 strip mines are allowed, but that's a very drastically different format and drastically different meta, which I have not gone into. But I could see how this version of the deck would thrive in that meta. Of course, you still, no matter what, you still don't have that mirror universe win con anymore. But the strip mines, that makes a big difference as well. And then I could see that version of the deck having the scepters as well, in addition to the strip mines. All right, but this was pretty entertaining, other than, of course, the freaking Mishra's Factory debacles. But this was a pretty cool experience to have, and winning games. This last game, I didn't win through the Mirror Universe combo, but it helped me win because then my opponent dropped to 1, then the Serra Angel finished them off. So pretty entertaining games, and that Mirror Universe thing was pretty cool to experience because, like I said, that's not allowed anymore. And other than playing like Alpha 40, right, where they play, there's other formats where some of these old school rules may still be in effect. But those are extremely niche formats, and old school is already very niche enough as it is. So other than that, maybe those exceptions, you can't experience this anymore. But now that if you download Shandalar, you could. And that kind of makes me want to make a deck, an alternate version of the deck that actually has a full playset of mirror universes and make that its main win con, as opposed to an alternate win con, right? So I might end up just doing extending this Shandalar series and maybe do that instead as well, right? Because that'd be pretty cool to see, since, like I said, you cannot see this anymore in today's old school formats. So thank you guys for experiencing this with me. It was pretty cool. Thank you guys for watching.